Oi, gente! Hoje eu vou mostrar pra vocês a minha escola, finalmente. Eu vou mostrar pra vocês as minhas salas. Se der pra mostrar tudo, eu mostro, mas de preferência eu vou mostrar a minha sala e vou dizendo pra vocês, tá bom? Vamos lá? Essa é a entrada da minha escola. Aqui a gente entra por aqui. Aqui tem a recepção. Hi. Bom, esse aqui é o corredor. Aqui é a sala do pastor John. E aqui é a minha sala de matemática. Hi.
Hi.
Again. Thank
Hi,
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sala de matemática. Aí eu vou mostrar pra vocês o meu refeitório. Onde a gente almoça. A gente lancha na sala, mas almoça. A gente almoça aqui.
I'm Kathy Giovanetti. Hi. I'm sorry, I missed you this morning.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm glad to meet you. Oh, so it's all straightened out and
That's okay.
Esse foi o refeitório. A gente geralmente almoça aqui. A gente não lancha aqui, a gente lancha na sala, que é na hora do break. E no refeitório, geralmente, é onde a gente almoça. São, se eu não me engano, 40, 50 minutos pra almoçar. Mas dá suficiente. A gente volta pra recepção. Mais corredor. Agora eu vou mostrar outras salas pra vocês que eu tenho aqui. Eu acabei de largar. Aproveitei que o pessoal já tá indo embora pra filmar. Aqui é a minha sala de inglês. Tá trancada, infelizmente não vai dar pra mostrar pra vocês. Aqui é a biblioteca. Aí a gente vai em frente. Aqui é a minha sala de artes. Só pra vocês terem uma ideia. Minha sala de história. Hi. E aqui é a minha sala de cristão. E aqui é a minha sala de música. Acho que ela tirou as cadeiras, que acho que vai limpar. Mas enfim. Excuse me. Aqui é o lugar onde a gente tem o culto. Nos dias de quinta. Auditório. Thank you. E a gente volta. Pronto, é basicamente isso.
Não olhe para mim.
Não olhe para mim. Bye. Hi. Bom. E aqui é um dos banheiros da escola, porque tem uns 3 banheiros para os alunos, se eu não me engano. Não sei se tem mais para os professores, mas pra gente tem 3. Esse é um dos, tô mostrando pra vocês. Mas é isso, gente, eu só mostrei para vocês terem uma ideia de como é minha escola e como é mais ou menos meu dia a dia aqui. Obrigada. Tchau, beijo.
stab at atonement. What does atonement mean? What do you think atonement means?
Maybe like a sort of
No, good guess. Not exactly. No, not really. Good guesses, Curtis? Okay, what is done to repay for the sin that was done. Good, good. We're getting there. We're getting there. The atonement, when we're talking about the atonement, and then there's these different aspects of the atonement, but as we talk about the atonement, we're talking about what Christ did to basically clean up our sin. The fancy definition, the reconciliation of God and humans brought about by the redemptive life and death of Jesus. So it's what Jesus did that brought about this payment, the covering for us. And today we're going to talk about a couple of words. One is fairly familiar to us, the other not so much. So let's start with the not so much. We'll start in 1 John. I'm just going to share a few verses. We'll try to keep it simple for you, keep it short, because this stuff is really, really important stuff. Let's set the basis first. Let me back up before we even get into that. Why do we need to even talk about atonement? Here is the reality. We are all sinners. How do I know, how can I say with confidence that every single one of you sitting in this room is a sinner? Well, two things. Number one, the Bible tells us, for all have sinned. Not for most, not for nearly all, not for all but just a couple of people, for all have sinned. And sin is anything that falls short of God's standards. So, primarily, number one, I know that everybody is a sinner because the Bible tells us, and that's it. That's the final authority. Secondly, though, I do know that everyone is a sinner because I have kids. I have kids. And I did not, to the best of my recollection, ever sit down with them and say, you know what, I need to train you, I need to teach you. That is my job as your father, to make sure you are learning to survive within this world. So today, let's learn disobedience. I would like to teach you how to disobey me. I never had to do it. They're just naturals. They're really good at it, you know? I never said, you know, let me teach you to do wrong. Now, unfortunately, I probably modeled things where it's like, okay, that wasn't good, and then they'd look. But you know what? The same is true for you. I mean, what is one of the baby's first words? Not their literal first word, because someone say, my first word was ball. You know, my first word was cheeseburger. You know, whatever else. But for a lot, at least here, I want to find this out as well because now I'm just curious. But for kids here, in the United States, a first word, a word that is very natural, is no. 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 And then a second word that comes quickly after that is mine. Yeah. Now, I'm really curious about this. Is that true in other countries as well? Is that true? Would you say that's true in China? Somebody from China tell me. Annie, is that true in China? Do babies, like, is that one of their first words? Okay, it wouldn't be no, it would be the Chinese equivalent to no. How do you say no in Chinese? Boo. I like the sound of that better. It's like you're scaring somebody. Boo. So, is that common? Not as much? Oh, well, yeah. Mama, dada, that's very common. But you little babies in China, Jay.